Finally, back on the Disco Nova. Get to work on it. I want to try to get the bumper back on this thing, but I painted it. All I'm painting is this little filler panel, and I painted it once. And I don't know what I did wrong, but it just wrinkled up like crazy. So now I've sanded it down and put a primer coat on it, and now I've got some little chips. I'm going to go back and fill these chips in and probably put another coat of primer on it. And hopefully by tomorrow, in the morning, we can slide this bumper and filler panel and everything back in, get the grill back in it, and then start on the hood, which I've been anxious to get started on the hood. That's the last piece. We got to weld it up and paint it, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. But first, let's try to get this filler panel back the right color. Got us a layer of primer on it. When it dries up, we'll scuff it up in the morning and try to get some paint on it. We got some paint on it. It's not beautiful. It blushed a little because it's cold outside. But it's just a filler panel. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It's going to cover up nicely. Most of this is covered by the grill anyway. It's not terrible, but it ain't great. But it'll do the job. Let me get this plastic off. There's just a little paint on the bumper, but that's always been there. I'll get it off with something. That's not from me. That's from when it was painted the last time. They got paint all over the bumper. It'll come off, I guess. Sure makes me look like a hack, though. I better try to get it off there with something. It came out pretty good. I'm ready to put this bumper on, looks like. Starting to get the headlight trim and the bumper back on. I had some shiny spots on my bumper. I'm going to have to, I guess, wet sand it and maybe polish it a little bit. My grill is horrible. All the chrome is peeling off, and I'm just going to put a good coat of primer on it. See the chrome's peeling all down in there. I'm going to put some primer on it and put a coat of satin paint on it, and eventually I'll get a little bit better grill, but this is what I have to do for now. I'm thinking about making one. It can't be that hard. It's pretty simple. Get some kind of mesh and make a little steel frame and put some round, instead of putting them marker lights out, I like to put the like the Mustang style fog lights in the grill, make the grill make round lights. I don't know, whatever you guys think. You tell me what you all would do, because they make a couple aftermarket grills for this. They're not really nothing special. They're just like tube grills like you'd put in a pickup. But I believe I could make something. But right now I'm just going to paint it satin and go with it. Well, the paint's dry on our grill. It didn't come out too bad. I'm not reusing this grill, but I want to use it temporarily until something else comes along. It's got a lot of flaking and stuff on top, but I think it'll be just fine. I'm going to put the lights back in it. I cleaned them up. They look decent. I'm probably going to change the bulbs, though. I think I've got one yellow bulb and one white one. I'm going to try to put a matching set in here. Let me get this throw back on here and we'll take a look at it. Well, the grill's in. We've got our markers working. I put a LED in this side, and man, that thing's bright. Probably need a yellow one, more than likely. Cool thing about this car is when you forget to leave the headlights on, this is a 76. Still got your headlight warning buzzer. That's cool. Door shuts good. We had to work on that though. So the grill's on. Next thing is the hood. I've got to get it all moved over here now that I've got my benches cleaned off. The last thing I'm going to do tonight is this fender did not come with an antenna because it's off a later model Nova that had the antenna. I think the 79 had the antenna in the windshield, I believe. So I don't want to drill a hole in this fender because this fender was all metal. I just don't want to ruin it. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I've got this little kit. I got to have radio. Now that I've got the exhaust a little bit quieter, there has to be a radio. So I've got this kit if I can find it. That's not it. It's in here somewhere. But I'll come back in a few minutes and we'll take a look at it. Here's the little kit. It's just an antenna wire. And this goes on the inside and sticks on the inside of the windshield right above the mirror. And this acts as your radio antenna. Now, I'm not sure how wonderful this is going to be. It's just something cheap I got off Amazon, but they're supposed to work. The reviews were good on it, so I'm going to try to put this thing in and fish it around and see if the radio works. The problem is I left the keys over at the other house, so I'm going to have to go get the keys, I guess. So I'll get started putting this thing in. We'll see what happens. I filmed an outro on finishing up this little wire, getting it in here. It's stuck to the windshield there behind the A-pillar. I got it wire tied up under there. You can see it a little bit. I did that, did the outro, and went upstairs to edit everything, and nothing worked. It was upside down and no audio. Now you explain that one. It's GoPro stuff, I guess. The GoPro was flaming hot. But all I said in the outro was I got that piece in, and that's all I'm going to do for tonight. And I guess we'll get started on the hood and stuff sometime over this next week. We're going to redo the hood, repaint it, try to make it look good. This front end's looking pretty nice on this car. We replaced the whole front end. I mean, we used a lot of old parts and painted some stuff, but we put it all back on there. It was pretty raggedy, rusty on this side and destroyed on the other side. So I'm glad to have it all back together. All we like is the hood. We got it good enough now where we can drive it and take it for a cruise. But I appreciate you guys. I thank y'all for watching. And subscribe if you haven't already. We need every subscriber we can get, and we appreciate the ones we already have, everybody that joins us on here. Hit that notification bell and hit that thumbs up. It helps us out. I thank you guys for watching. Stay clean, everybody.